And here to break down the Baltimore mistrial is legal analyst Rikki Klieman. Rikki, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
I think the question a lot of people have, first of all, is how likely is there to be a retrial here for Officer Porter?
Very likely. I cannot imagine that this prosecutor, Marilyn Mosby, or frankly, any other prosecutor, would simply say, okay, it's a mistrial, you get a pass. That is just not going to happen. The real question is in what order it's going to happen.
Right, because there was a lot of talk about why they chose Porter to be the first person, that it was significant. They thought this was going to be a home run, and presumably moving forward that would have an impact on the other cases. So now, moving forward, what sort of impact does a mistrial have on the other cases?
Well, the mistrial itself doesn't have an impact on the other cases beyond the fact that what occurs outside, that is what we just watched on television, or on our computers, what occurs outside then may have an effect on getting a fair and impartial jury in the next and the next and the next. Now, if I were prosecuting these cases, I would certainly have to still look at Porter as someone I wanted to use as a material witness, particularly against Goodson, the driver. So I would really push to get him retried first. There may be a different feeling in the office that says, look, we don't want to take a chance that we can't win this one. Maybe we put him last and forget about him as a material witness.
Rikki, explain why it's important that he go first, because right now he's a man with a charge hanging over his head still, which means he can choose not to testify.
Well, he could choose not to testify, but let's think about how bad this is. The other way, let's say he chooses to testify, and it's said that he waived his Fifth Amendment right because he's already testified in his own case. But when he goes in there, the question can come up. Well, he's a free person. His jury didn't come to a conclusion. There would be fights about whether or not that could come into evidence. But somehow these things leak out there. And I don't think that the prosecution wants to go forward against the one person, the driver, who is charged with second-degree murder, using a police officer who doesn't have a conviction. I wouldn't want to do that if I was the prosecutor.
So could the defense ask again to move the trial? Because there were concerns, as you know, about being able to find impartial jurors.
Sure, they can. The question is, do they want to? In this case, we don't know yet, and we may never know, what the split was. Was it 10-2 for conviction? Was it 10-2 for acquittal? Was it split along racial lines? Was it split along sexual lines, that is, men versus women? Was it split along age lines? There are all kinds of reasons that a defense lawyer might decide, hey, wait, maybe I do want this trial in Baltimore, but if it was, say, 11-2 or 9-3 for conviction, then you go back again, the defense would move again to change the venue.
All right, Rikki Klieman, thank you so much.